Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome back to ReeYees Retro Toys. On today's episode I'm going to give you a vintage collection update. This is the 6th installment in that series and I'm going to show you what I picked up at the flea markets and also what I picked up on Mercari and eBay lately. So without further ado, I give you the vintage toy collection update number 6. Okay, so let's dive right in. I stopped in at Time Traveler Toys down in Winchester, Virginia, and picked up a couple items. I found these guys down there. These are the WCW Bend-Ems figures from 1990 by Just Toys. So this is the Ric Flair one and the Scott Steiner one. They've seen better days. Looks like a dog, or maybe even the boy or child, chewed on them a little bit, but I didn't have these in my Bend-Ems collection, so I figured, even in this bad condition and for the price I got them for, I figured I'd take them home. Then I also picked up this 100% complete Dr. Badvibes figure. This is from the C.O.P.S and Crooks line by Hasbro in the late 80s.
If we're gonna stop the Crooks, us cops gotta know who they are. That's the rock crusher. No jail can hold them. And here's Berserko, a dangerous street punk.
Give up, you crooks! You're surrounded by the cops!
Cops and Crooks, sold separately, with cash.
If you saw my video just a few weeks ago, I showed you how to repair them because I bought him and his band was broken. So he's 100% complete with his robot. And the figure is also in a really good shape too. So I was happy to find this for my apparently growing C.O.P.S and Crooks collection. Now moving on to the flea market finds, I found this G.I. Joe figure storage box. This is of course from Hasbro in the early 80s. I think this was a part of one of the original lines. It says it's copyrighted 1983. And of course you open it up and you can store a few of the action figures and accessories in there. So I got this really cheap at the flea market, maybe like 50 cents or something like that. Then I found this figure. He's called Ding Dang, and this is from a line from Mattel called Slammers. You probably haven't heard of them, but they're Bend-Em type figures that came with skateboards. I didn't find his skateboard, but if you've watched my channel before, I picked this up I think last year at the flea market. I found this one actually on card, I think for $5 or something like that. It was pretty cheap. But this is Jive Guy on the card. So this is what the cards look like. And you can see them on the back there, the different collection. Again, it's not a widely popular or known line. I looked on YouTube for commercials and things, and I just could not find anything on this series. I just don't think it did well. But anyway, I found one of the figures, Ding Dang. Then I found this little promotional PVC figure from Tang. I'm assuming this is from maybe like the late 80s or early 90s when these little PVC figures were all the rage. You know, you had California Raisins and Alf and Kool-Aid Men promotional items. So anyway, picked this up for like $0.25. Then I found this incredible condition Crasher figure. This is of course from Gobots around 1984. The stickers are excellent on her. And I kind of bought this one to upgrade the one that I currently own. So there's Crasher. Then I found two other Gobots from the Combiner Puzzler figure.
The Gobot Puzzler set. 6 renegade Gobots that go together like a giant puzzle.
Zigzag and Rube and Pudding.
Each is a mighty robot.
I'm Jigsaw, one bad body.
A mighty vehicle.
Pocket and Crossword go arm in arm.
And together,
Tic-Tac head for the top.
a renegade Gobot giant. The Gobot Puzzler set. Each Gobot Puzzler also sold separately. New from Tonka.
The orange one here is called Crossword, and the red one is called Tick-Tock. These are, again, parts of the Puzzler Combiner Gobot figure. There were 6 total cars that created the giant Puzzler action figure. So I now need to find 3 other ones. to complete my puzzler figure. And again, these are in pretty good shape, just like the Crasher was. It was the same vendor, so I was happy to find these guys. Then I found this crazy Cowboy Dawn from the Wacky Wild West Ninja Turtle line. He didn't have any of his accessories or anything like that, and I already have him. I even have him on card, but I think I found him on a table for like 50 cents, something like that. So any loose Ninja Turtle for that cheap, I'll always pick up, even for just a trade or to eventually sell. But crazy Cowboy Dawn there. Then, amazingly, I found my very first M.A.S.K piece. Of course, M.A.S.K meaning Mobile Armored Strike Command, from Kenner in 1985 and 86. I think the line even went further than that, but I think the original toys were around 85 and 86. But this is Outlaw.
Jock, you'll ride shotgun and Volcano here.
It sure lives up to its name, Matt.
Tracker here. Assemble M.A.S.K. Venom has struck again.
Try and stop me, Tracker. Convert Outlaw.
Vehicles each sold separately with 2 figures. Batteries not included.
Okay, Volcano, do your stuff. Fire!
M.A.S.K.
Wow!
Where illusion is the ultimate weapon. M.A.S.K, Volcano, and Outlaw, each sold separately. New from Kenner.
This is one of the bad guys' vehicle, or Venom. And of course it has that snake oil sticker on it. The stickers are in pretty good shape. It was pretty dusty and dirty when I found them, but I got it for a really good price. I got it for 10 bucks. It's not complete. It's missing the satellites, and I think there's like a battery pack and a hose, and of course the figures. It doesn't have the figures, but other than that, you know, it's really in good shape. I was shocked to find it just laying there on a tarp at the flea market. It's a vendor that has been recently going to the flea market, so I've been hitting him up in the morning and seeing what he has. So, and he's a really good guy. Again, happy to find my very first Kenner M.A.S.K piece. That same vendor also had these Gobots binoculars. The figure is called Binoc, and the binoculars actually work. You know, you can actually look through them and it'll work just like a binocular. But I didn't have this piece in my Gobots collection, and of course he transforms into a Gobot. And that's a pretty cool toy if you ask me. This is from those... Gobots had the regular metal Tonka figures, but then they had another line that created cap guns, and I think water squirters, and obviously the binoculars too. This was a part of that line. They were much larger than the regular Gobots. But it's cool to have this in my collection. As you know, you guys know already how much I love Gobots, and I'm always looking for additional pieces to add to my collection. Also picked up some Star Wars items, including this Stormtrooper blaster. Now this isn't vintage, but this is from the 90s Power of the Force line. And as you can see, it still works, still lights up, makes noise, and I think I got this for maybe $3 or $4. I think it's definitely worth that. Brought it home, cleaned it up, and it looks great. I also found the Hoth Defense Micro Collection playset from Empire Strikes Back. It's near complete, other than the figures. I just need to find one more turret that goes on there. You can see it's in decent shape. I just had to, you know, run it under some water, get the dust out of the cracks and whatnot, out of the mold of the base. And it has this cool action feature here. So it has this lever. You just push it and the turret explodes. And so one of these days I'll find another turret and complete that. I've also been working on completing my vintage droids line. So a couple episodes ago I found the Kia Mole figure at the Toy Hio show, but it didn't have her coin. So I was able to find her coin on eBay, I think. I won an auction for her coin on eBay, and I put it in this nice case to go alongside her figure. And from a seller on Mercari, I picked up this 100% complete Kez Iban figure. from the Droids line, and he's in pretty good shape. I was pleased with him. He's got a little bit of paint wear on his hair and slight discoloration between the body and the limbs, but other than that, he's in really good shape. And he came with his dark blaster, and very pleased with him. Another cool feature of this is that it came complete with the card back. The bubble is even still attached to it, and it still has his coin. The debate that I'm having is whether or not to open the coin to put it alongside the figure like I have all of the other coins and figures in my Droids collection. So I'd like to know what you guys think. So put your opinion in the bottom of the video and let me know what you would do. I know it's hard to touch a vintage carded item and remove something that it's lasted that long in the package, but for consistency, would you open it and put it next to the figure or not? I'm just kind of curious. But regardless, I'm happy to have this in my Droids collection. And finally, I picked up a couple of custom action figures. I know they aren't vintage, but when you see them, you know why I will never get these vintage items. So here are Pro Customs Vlix and rocket firing Boba Fett action figures. This is a company that I found through Facebook that uses authentic Kenner technology to produce pro custom action figures of items that most collectors will never own authentic versions of. Of course, this is Vlix from the Droids cartoon series. He even came with his blaster as well. And he's just phenomenal. I mean, this is just like holding a Kenner action figure, guys. This isn't 3D printed or anything like that. This is not cheaply made. These guys use wax sculpts and create action figures just like Kenner did back in the day. And the rocket firing Boba Fett in the prototype purple color. It is the L-shaped version hook instead of the J-shaped hook, as you can see. And he also came with his blaster. And there's his rocket. You can put it in just like that and slide it over. It stays in. And then just push it over. And it goes flying. Actually landed behind the camera. But cool to add to any Star Wars collection. You may think, oh, these are reproductions or things like that, but they really aren't. These are customs. These are custom action figures, and the guy does an incredible job. I'm hoping to find the time and the money to acquire the second series of Droids figures that this guy produced. There's a whole second wave of Droids action figures that were supposed to come out, but never did when the line was canceled and the cartoon was canceled. So this guy actually took the original 1986 Kenner catalog, molded the figures exactly like they were supposed to appear, and made the whole line of, I think, 7 or 8 more action figures. So give it a look online if you have a chance. It's called Pro Customs. Very happy with these guys. And that's it, folks. That is my vintage collection update number 6. As you can see, I am still hunting and digging and picking and finding all sorts of crazy vintage toy goodness out in the wild. And of course, I'm also making some purchases online through eBay and Mercari sellers to complete that Droids line. Thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all your vintage toy hunting needs. Thank you for watching, and keep on hunting!